States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
Roll call. Buck. Barb. Ellen Robin. Canada.
Here.
Keith.
Here.
Ken.
Present.
Jim. Here. Matt. Here. Alan Michael.
Okay, you all had time to read the minutes. If there's no questions or corrections, one of these names. Where did you have a bunch of people's names? They had one of them.
Okay, it was right on page one.
Not the names of who was at the meeting, but it was one way. Okay. I don't know if you guys probably noticed that. He was, I forget where this is in here because it's so big. But he was naming some names and he had a couple of them a little bit wrong. You know how we like to name names around here.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Are there any additions to the bills?
No.
Okay, you have the bills in front of you. We need a motion to pay them from their proper funds. There's no questions.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you all for being here tonight. I'd like to thank the prize committee and everyone that helped decorate the town hall. The tree looks beautiful. I'd like to thank Keith for removing his beloved tiki god from our premises. Now, there's a big public outcry that you want that ugly thing back.
Yes.
I like it.
It's in his garage.
He made me wander.
Save the tiki.
If there's a large public outcry about this, we could put him back if Keith is willing to bring him back.
Should have a special meeting, come up with a proposal to reinstate it. Have a special meeting,
Yeah, we could have a special meeting,
proposal to
make
reinstate.
a proposal. Or we could just say, all right, bring it back, you can part with it. Also tonight, we do have a gift from the Engineering Associates, which does a lot of work for us. This is our famous box of nuts. And maybe Barb, could you maybe, do you want to take charge of this and see pass it around, maybe give them some napkins or something? Yeah, do that. This is a nice gift that they give the village every year. And we hardly pay them anything for that. Okay, now we'll start with our committee safety.
Sure. We'll go through the deputy. Deputy RA is here on vacation day. Your reports are out. They worked 105 hours this month. 773 miles, 49.9 gallons. RA had 45. Yarborough had 60 hours. Good to see that. Yarborough getting some personal. Activities. Go over quickly. Alarm activation, first is 1. Squatter ambulance 8. Missing person 1. After patrol 22. Victim lodges. People that are on vacation up 46. Building checks 2. Criminal damage listed for vandalism 2. All charges section 1. Open burn complaint 1. Suspicious circumstance 2. Traffic complaint, reckless operation 1. Traffic stops 3. Total 163. one. Some of the recent public meetings between the Park District, there was certain citizens trying to see if I could secure maybe police reports. The report. Not a lot of success there. They don't park. The Park District is kind of their own entity, their own police department. They don't call dispatch to have deputies go out. So I was working with dispatch, if there's a better way. It may be that we just have to call Park District and see if they could provide it to us, so we, similar to here with the police department, or fire report, give you an update of citation activities from the Park District. Particularly small. We did have a deputy contract for renewal, if we wanted to take care of that now. My recommendation to council, last year the deputies received a 4% increase last year, this year, and next year. So my recommendation is we take our current rate plus 4% and leave the hours the same as modifying the contract. I've seen some, last year's contract moved around. I don't know if they provided it, we provided it, but essentially we're taking the same contract, recommending council approve a 4% increase in the hours.
Okay, I can prepare the contract. I don't have one. They didn't provide one. And when they don't, I usually do, but I'll look that up and send it down, give it to Gary
Very well,
to be signed, and I have an ordinance ready
very well.
to approve it. Need an ordinance number.
Did anybody want to say anything about
Yeah.
changing the terms? Everybody's okay with that? Okay, go ahead.
The only change is the price, right?
Right.
I need the number, Gary, so
That'll be 890-23.
okay, this is the first reading of ordinance number 890-23, an ordinance approving an agreement for law enforcement services for the village with the Medina County Sheriff from January 1, 2024 through December 31, 2024, and declaring the same an emergency. Is there a motion to waive the second and third reading?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Very good.
We do have Chief Cavanaugh here with us from Lafayette Township Fire Department. His report's very more expansive than we've seen in the past. It is on the website. Sent that out to council. I forgot some of the Anybody wants to run 30 minutes? But Brian,
That's for you.
In our, we had 71 calls for service, 2 were in Chatham Township, 1 in the city of Medina, 56 in Lafayette Township, 9 in Chippewa Lake, 1 in Glory Glens, 1 in Lodi, and 1 in Westfield Township. 76% of those were EMS calls. Our turnout time, which is the time we get up and get into the truck, is 1 minute and 39 seconds, which is great. Our average turnout time from here is 1 minute and 60 seconds, which is very good as well. So that's out the door and on the way in. It's a 5-minute response time, 5 minutes and 40 seconds to get to the scene. So that's really, that's below the national average, which is 8 minutes. We received mutual aid 5 times. We were very busy this month. We had multiple calls continuously. Mutual aid to Chatham once, we gave mutual aid to City of Medina once, and we, and twice actually, Chatham twice. So. This past month, we welcomed the leadership of the Medina program of our station. We taught CPR. Our medical director gave a presentation, and they toured the station and showed them the services we offer, our station and equipment. Medina County Health Department came out for a site visit to continue having Lafayette Fire Department be a drive-through site for large-scale health emergencies. And our Medina High School student intern finished his internship, and we met with his advisor, and we're going to continue that program in the future. And he wants to be a firefighter paramedic, so we're hoping we can recruit him eventually. These next months will be focused on safety, and we began the National Traffic Incident Management Course. It's a 10-hour free online course for first responders on how to respond to roadway incidents. It keeps us safe on the freeways and around the state routes, and gives us skills and safety things that we can do to protect ourselves better. We attended a webinar for the new software and data collection for the state, and that's all linked to federal funding. Will Gross, one of our firefighters, completed his fire inspector course through the University of Akron. His certification test will be this month, so cross your fingers. Lieutenant Christian Hall is attending the EMS instructor course at Akron General. It's a free course that will enable Lieutenant Hall to teach EMS and continuing education in our department. And we've been approved for the firefighter exposure to elements grant. It's a grant that helps us keep healthy and safe. We're going to buy new turnout gear with that, and it's $11,616.67 was awarded to us. We applied for the police and fire grant through Karma, which is our insurance company. That's a $2,000 grant. We also applied for the Norfolk Southern Railroad grant in the amount of $14,975. That'll be for hazardous materials response. We've been training on our new low angle rescue system. We've done inventorying all our equipment, our department equipment, starting with the 2 ambulances. The inventory will be entered into our department ESO system, which is our reporting software. And a special thank you to the business and community members who dropped off Thanksgiving dinners for our crews. Thanks to Contessa's, especially, and many individual families who dropped off plenty to eat. It was very much appreciated for our people that worked Thanksgiving. And the last thing I want to say is this week is drop off for gifts for Santa. We're on Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. Drop off gifts, and then on Saturday we're going to do our delivery across the township. So that'll be a fun event. Hope to see you guys all around. So. And that is all I have. Any questions?
No, fire truck Santa for anybody that's got grandkids or children is really pretty special. The thing that they pull about $500,000 worth of equipment in front of your house to deliver a couple of gifts is pretty awesome.
It is a pretty neat event. So.
Yeah, if you do look on his report that's on the website, he focused on maybe 6 or 8 of the staff people there, and line staff, and it gave a nice little bio about them, what their training levels are, what they've accomplished in the last year. Really gave nice focus to the people who do things. So we have a good crowd today. Always, if you're ever in an opportunity, hopefully it's not professional, but if you're meeting one of the fire people, EMS people in there, and you don't know what to talk to them about, just what's your certifications, and you'll get to understand quickly in depth what this person's trained at, or either fire or EMS or what level they're at. And it opens up the dialogue for both of you, and it makes them feel important, because a lot of times they don't get that encouragement from the local citizens. So with Bill Glassham's always, whenever he had a call, he always was very complimentary to the people in next month. I'm glad he's there. So thank you, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Any questions for the fire chief or?
Thanks for coming, guys.
You're welcome. Just a quick update. No real activities on the siren. We haven't found funding yet. We're in the $40,000 range. I was at a conference. I found out that our Congress people, like Sharon Ray, they have some fairly large discretionary monies that come into Medina County. And I would hopefully use the mayor to reach out to Sharon Ray to see if we could get some money allocated to our siren project. Those monies don't release until July, but they budgeted from here.
Did you have anything to report on the FEMA meeting you went to?
No, nothing on the FEMA meeting. I did go to an OPEC meeting, but that's really an old business.
Okay. Okay, we go to zoning.
Zoning report for December. 9 Parkway Drive. I have a meeting scheduled with the chief building inspector to go over the property tomorrow. Have you heard anything from the owner? Any contact?
No,
No.
not for a long time.
227 Rustic Brook. That was the house that was purchased by the bank. I have no contact information yet. Have you seen, heard?
Yeah, this was bought by Huntington National Bank in October, and we found an email address for their maintenance department, and we've emailed them 7 times to get in touch and tell us who our contact is, who we report the condition of the property to. No answer. So my question is, what's the condition now? Is there still building material all over the yard?
Still the same way as been over here.
Well, it might be time to file a charge against Huntington National Bank.
Do that.
Council, I mean, they're totally ignoring what most banks, they send me name, number, address for a contact. Who do you talk to about the condition of the property? But Huntington's done nothing.
Well, then let's notify them.
I've tried 7 times by their email they give you to contact, so.
I think if you give them a citation or whatever you're proposing, it'll get their attention.
Yeah, if they have to go to Medina Municipal Court with their $500 an hour lawyers, it might make a difference. I'll do that if you want. It's, doesn't cost
Do
much.
they have to make a motion for that or just?
I just want to know there's a consensus.
If you think
You
it'll
guys
get
all
their
agree with that?
attention.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Do you want new pictures and anything from me?
Well, I've got your old pictures, and if nothing's changed, then I've got it, so, and your report, so, good to go.
And lastly, I have 473 Shortfield Drive. A notice for an unlicensed vehicle in the driveway. That vehicle's been removed, so that issue is corrected. We have 3 permits. 23-047 at 87 Clovercliff for a carport. 23-048 416 Northville Drive, that was the variance approval last meeting's hearing. 23-049 at 416 Northville Drive, and that was the permit for the carport condition. And that's all I have.
Anything else for zoning? Okay, community relations, Tabitha?
I don't have a whole lot. Been working on Christmas. I secured and confirmed Santa Claus. He's going to be here. Breakfast with Santa is going to be this weekend, Saturday, December 16th at 10 a.m. Ken helped me out with securing breakfast. McDonald's will be contributing breakfast this year for us. Pancakes as usual. That they said they would contribute biscuits and gravy this year.
Biscuits and gravy, apple pies.
Apple pies.
All for free?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
they're doing it up.
Yep. And we're,
This is the McDonald's down by the truck stop.
Yeah, Seville, yeah.
yep. And they'll
The other
be,
one they won't donate the other McDonald's for some reason.
I think they're all franchises. They're individually owned.
Yeah,
All depends on the owner.
yep.
Kids crafts and Santa, the normal. And that's really all I have this month. Sorry, I've consumed myself with Christmas.
Mark, do we have anything new from Save the Lake?
Nope.
Okay. I would like to acknowledge the Lions Club on Saturday morning is going to pass out $80, $150 gift cards to residents in the immediate area, the villages and the surrounding area by Lafayette. So if any of you know anybody that could use a little extra help right now, we are giving them a nice gift card to Mark's. And it doesn't have to be somebody totally down on, maybe somebody's just having a little bad luck right now or something going on. If you let me know the names of anybody you have, no one else knows that but me and the line that passes the food cart to the person. So think about it, and then if anybody knows anything or anybody, please call me. Thank you. Okay, now we'll go to building and utilities, Barb.
Not a whole lot going on. Gary contacted me and let me know that, we're still getting billed. We're getting billed $74 for the electric down at Point Park, and I requested a seasonal shut off. So I'll be contacting them again to figure out why. We have a lot of streetlights out, so those have been reported, just waiting to hear back from Ohio Edison. They will all be replaced with 30-watt LEDs, including the one I'm waiting to hear back because it's technically not in the village, the one at the Briarwood and Lake Road. It's on the other side, it's in Lafayette, so I'm gonna report it and hopefully they'll replace it.
Did you get reports of ones at Bungalow Bay and Longacre? There's possibly two
Bungalow
out there.
Bay, right by the, right across from the Village Inn.
Yeah,
Yep, that's been reported. Then there's one a little bit further east on Longacre. The one on Rock Ridge is cycling on and off by the Elias's house. But there's 3 streetlights within 100 yards there. So, and one of them is right in front of somebody's house. It's not even at an intersection. So I'm gonna see if they will take that light off the pole and put it on the light by the Elias's house and eliminate that one in the middle. It does, I mean, it's not, I mean, there's one in front of your house, one in front of
You could take the one in front of my house out, that'd be fine.
maybe you can leave the one in front of his house, just in case we have to, surveil.
There's some riffraff in that area, so keep an eye on it. So that's been reported, it's just, they haven't gotten back to me because the ones on Longacre are technically in the township and the one at Briarwood and Lake are in the township, so I don't know if they'll replace those with LEDs or not. And then I've contacted Gary about it because the village gets billed, we don't get billed by the wattage, the number of, we get a flat rate for summer months for X number of streetlights in the village, and we get a flat rate for winter months for all the lights in the village. Well, Ohio Edison removed the light at Point Park, even though they were asked not to when they put the bollard connection in. So we should be getting billed for one less light, so we need to check on that. And then if we remove the light over on Rock Ridge, because they don't charge us, I mean, we're not saving any money by having these LED streetlights in the village. They do use less electricity, but we're not being billed less for it. They just give us a flat rate for all the lights that are in the village, so at the very least, we should not be getting billed if we don't have lights, like the one that was removed at Point Park, and if we can get rid of the one on Rock Ridge. So I'm still waiting to hear back from Amy. And then I got the email from Gary about some other random $66 charge.
Right, yeah,
So
but we can't tie into any invoice.
we'll see what that's about. And then, got the street lights up on the building, or the Christmas lights up on the building, and son of a gun if they didn't work. So I went to the professional, Horning, came to my assistance, and we spent about 2 hours taking things apart and putting things back together. And I don't know about him, but I felt like a complete nimrod, because that stupid switch on the wall controls the outlets out front. Did anybody else on council know that? Did I miss that? Maybe? So that switch will be labeled as west end outlets for future reference in case anybody replaces me and puts lights up outside. So Al Maureen, once again, thank you very much for your help with that situation, so, but that's all I have.
I have something for the building. Barb has been cleaning the building, and she told me, she has been cleaning it, she's retired now, she has time on her hands. So I think that if she's cleaning the building, that we ought to compensate her the way we have other people to clean the building.
Amen.
And so, Gary, you know what the pay was, right?
No.
Well, the problem is, council people can't have any other employment in the village. So give her gift cards or something, I don't know, but she can't be an employee of the village because she's on council. Sorry, Mark.
That's okay.
Well, she said she doesn't mind doing it, and I don't know, I guess she likes to
And,
do it.
and cleaning the
And
gutters.
she has
out.
time to do it,
Don't let her resign.
Really?
well, maybe we can be creative or something.
Well, that's, don't worry about it. Unless anybody here wants to clean the building. I'll take care of it.
And thanks for putting those Christmas lights up. Some of them are pretty high. I know you were up there. That's going above and beyond also. You know, you didn't have to do that, but great job.
Thanks.
Okay, now we'll go to parks. Ken?
I don't have a whole lot to report, just a couple items. Here are, playground rehab projects. Materials getting dropped for the, along the playground there. Materials get dropped off tomorrow between 11 and 5. Project should be done before the 20th, depending on weather and what happens here in December. Not a whole lot going on. Unfortunately, Kelsey Burns decided not to stay on as our beach manager, so she's gonna be missed. She did a great, solid job for us for 2 years. A lot of extra work. So it's gonna be tough replacing her, but if anyone knows anybody that would be interested in taking that role on, we'll just contact me. That's it. Like I said, I didn't have much.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Keith, streets?
Okay. We have a little bit of money. The work that we've done so far, that's all been on village funds, no grants involved. Weather sort of shut the job down a little bit early this year. And they did get started a little bit late, not to everybody's pleasure, but it is what it is. So that should be squared away. Phase 9 is looking good. So if everybody keeps their fingers crossed, we'll get that project. And we usually get that at, what's our percentage into that? Usually about
11%, is it?
I was thinking it was 9 or 10, but
I
that,
think it's the one.
but
Yeah, I think.
let me interrupt those thoughts. I think we're missing some real important business, and if I'm not mistaken, we need to rehire you for the coming year.
Oh, I've got that covered.
Okay.
I'll just get there, I'll
You know
take
he's
it.
not gonna forget that.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right. Want to take care of that.
Thanks, Keith.
Well, you do a nice job for us. None of us have gone to
Again.
jail or anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
always a chance. But, so phase 9 looks like it's good, and I think the village is moving along pretty decent. So that's about it. Thank you.
Okay, law director, Alan?
Okay, I have one case in court. It's a charge of domestic violence and it's scheduled for a change of plea hearing and sentencing January 5th. Beyond that, come the first week in January, I have ready 15 applications to file with the auditor. Can't file them until next year, to reduce the tax value of 15 properties, vacant lots in the village. Every time there's a reappraisal, they raise them too much because they're really not that valuable. And the last time I did that, we had a vacant property over on Garmin, which was like valued at $64,000, $29,000, like that. That's just crazy. So I get them to change it. That's in the works. And I do have an ordinance to rehire me or hire me for a 1-year contract next year, if you want to have a first reading on that.
Sure.
That'll be 891-23.
2-3, yeah. This is ordinance 891-23, first reading by title only. An ordinance approving a contract to retain the services of Alan M. Michelson as law director of the village for a period of 1 year from January 1, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. Is there a motion to suspend the 3 readings?
Is it at the
Same rate, no
overpriced
changes.
as yours?
The same overpriced rate, yeah.
So moved.
Oh, man, so
So
moved.
move.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is there a motion to adopt 891-23 as an emergency?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you. You should be
Okay.
signing up for more than a year, but
Well, you never know.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm just hoping I can keep doing it. I read over Bud Hardesty and Alan Robbins' policies, financial policies for the village. I don't have a problem with either one. How's that for diplomacy?
That's pretty good.
I think there's good stuff in there, and I would also, if you wanted to have no policy, I wouldn't have a problem with that either, as long as the law is followed on investments. And as long as you've got Gary, you can be sure of that. So,
And we have the handbook
right,
specifies a great deal of your financial transactions.
exactly. So what does council want to do about a policy? Yeah, you've had them. I don't know if you looked them over.
Well, some of that was for the clarification of Gary's activities. And now we're in a higher interest rate environment. There's some things, and we have to operate under certain security issues for government entities. So we bantered that policy back and forth, but it's been a couple of months. Where do you think we need to be, Gary, to make it comfortable for you?
Well, it would probably be appropriate if we haven't done so, and I don't recall because it has been a few months. If we didn't distribute that to all of council for their input, we probably should do that.
And come back in January with the final proposal?
Yes.
You're okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll redistribute the investment policy because it bounced back and forth between what we were trying to do. And gave him, so he didn't have to come to us every time he wanted to move money to a money market or Star Ohio. We're trying to avoid that so we can optimize interest for the amounts of money that are sitting here. That's at play actually. So just kind of policy and put that in written form. So we'll take a look at that again.
Okay, I'll distribute that to council this week.
Did you pass, Gary, did they pass the resolution for advanced payment of taxes?
No, that's what's tonight.
Okay, you got that?
Got it here.
Okay. And Gary asked me, what about the money that was donated for a tree on the beach? My question is there definitely not going to be a new tree on the beach?
I think that's
Depends on
a
who you
wonderful
ask.
idea. I think we ought to build a pavilion or some kind of shade screen for people that want shade. But as an old beach attendant, the joy of my life was always taking leaves off a beach. Later on, the joy was watching them be swept underneath the benches so that sand could be piled on them. So you could sit like this and enjoy the sun. I think we could do anything but a tree. Unless it's an artificial tree.
An artificial palm tree.
Well, there were people that gave money for a tree specifically, and my advice is, if you're not going to have a tree, ask them if they want their money back or they wish to simply donate to parks.
For a pavilion.
I like
on
that.
there.
Or a pavilion, or whatever.
Yeah, that was on the radar for next year.
That was a
Now,
couple of
y'all
years
like to
ago,
forget the guy that had the
and I
$600 tree
wouldn't
that
be
he
able
could
to
put
tell
in,
you who.
deliver.
I think
Donated.
Yeah.
I think Gary did. Do you know who donated money?
I don't have those details.
That was right after they took the tree down.
It was right after the tree came down,
Those
Right.
of us that know
and it was
things
around that
wanted
4th
the
of
tree.
July.
Howard Wolf has a question.
I thought there was a problem with putting a pavilion down there, as far as zoning and not.
If it's not
Not permanent
stationary,
structure.
not permanent.
Similar to the sheds, they're sitting on top of bricks, stone, and our beach attendant structure.
Okay.
So that's, you just can't have it attached. You
Something we
can't-
just talked about in the past.
Yeah, well, that was it. Yeah, you can't.
You can't have a permanent building.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the deed restrictions.
Alan, you require a motion to correspond with the givers, if you will.
If that's what you want to do, ask them, because I think they ought
I don't
to,
know who they are.
We don't know who they are.
I think Gary knows who they are.
No, Gary doesn't know who they are.
Oh, okay. Well, then, let's just table that for a while.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, I wouldn't,
It was right after the tree, blew over and came out.
Right.
Then there was people that wanted another tree. There still are people that would like another tree. And at the time, the people that wanted a tree donated. I don't know, it was some event we had on a lakefront or something like that, and people just came. We weren't really asking for that money. People just wanted to
Right.
donate. It wasn't a tremendous amount of money either.
well, it's over
No.
$1,500.
Oh, it is.
no, it's not.
$1,555.
Are you sure that isn't part of the party?
No, that's what all
You
came
get a
in for
pretty
the
good
tree.
sized tree for that.
Yeah, tree at the beach.
Maybe we ought to put it on the ballot.
Yeah. Or-
And all the women will vote for the tree.
The people who came to me when when I was at the park, that was only like $150 at the time. Unless
I'm going by
other,
Gary's figure.
unless
here.
other donations came in afterwards from somebody that were anonymous.
The September parties,
Right,
right, the
yeah, there
parties.
were.
But that wasn't specifically for a tree. I was thinking resident stuff.
No,
I suggest we table it until next month.
I'll provide the details to council on who provided what.
Well, one thing you could do is put on the website and announce that anybody who wants their donation back can have it. Because they gave it for a specific purpose, and that limits it.
Would they have to
Okay.
prove they were the ones that donated?
Sure, no. No, I think if anybody wants their donation back, they could,
So
You
what
can ask
you're
for
going to announce is that you have no idea who gave you this money and they want their money back.
I have a good idea who gave a
Right.
large contribution, if anything, but it wasn't the day that we were at the park.
Why can't you just take part of that money and put a tree down there? It's gonna grow, let it go. No, but eventually, we've already taken a year up where the tree could have been already growing.
No tree.
We sat under that tree when our kids were down at that beach all the time. I always looked for the trees.
I heard a lot of people say they wanted the tree back. And I heard some of the people that are pretty close by to us right now say they didn't want the tree.
It's an ongoing battle.
I know.
tree battle.
Okay,
Battle of
let's go on.
trees.
Gary, what do you have? for?
Before we move on to finance, Mayor, we also have to approve the special minutes for November.
Oh, okay.
So we could have a motion on special minutes unless council or the mayor has questions on the special meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Opposed?
Okay, thank you. This past Saturday, I distributed the November bank reconciliation report showing everything in balance. Any questions from council?
Well, I see that as $66 and stuff. We're still looking for that.
Yes, that should be resolved and cleared out by the end of this month.
Was that paid?
$66 was withdrawn by Ohio Edison, but I can't tie it into any of our invoices, so I'm working on it.
So they do an automatic bank withdrawal.
Yes, we have it set up for that.
All right. And I'm moving to set the bank balances as reported.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. This past Saturday, I distributed the November appropriations report. Any questions, comments from council? Appropriations through November. I have a motion approving council sign off. So we're,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
thank you. Okay. Talk about that. That. And we talked about that.
Wow, you don't have a report, we already talked about
Coming down. Tonight, I need council to vote on resolution 509-23. What this allows for the advance payment of taxes in 2024 to the village's fiscal officer. And Alan, if that passes, I need the mayor to sign off, of course, on legislation, and Keith to sign off on the auditor's document as president of council.
Ready for first reading?
Sure.
Resolution 509-23, a resolution requesting the Medina County Auditor pay the village fiscal officer advanced payment of taxes for the year 2024 and declaring the same an emergency. This is something that's done every year, just so you can get the tax money as soon as possible.
So we need a motion to waive the 3 readings.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to pass the resolution as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. Tonight, I also need council to vote on ordinance 889-23 for the temporary 2024 temporary appropriations. This past month, actually this past Saturday, I did deliver to the mayor and council the proposed appropriations. Does the mayor and council have any questions about those appropriations for next year?
Gary, did you include my change for it?
No, these are the first pass, that's why they're called temporary.
Okay.
When we do the permanent ones in February, I'll get that additional amount in there.
Gary and I did review budget issues on the sheriff's deputies, and it looks like the budget is adequate for us. It sounds like it is.
And if ordinance 889-23 passes, Alan, I need Keith to sign off as council president, please.
First reading, ordinance number 889-23, an ordinance to set temporary appropriations for the current expenses of the village of Chippewa Lake, state of Ohio, during the year ending December 31, 2024, and declared to be an emergency for the public peace, health, safety, and welfare.
Need a motion to waive the 3 readings.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to pass the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, thank you.
Was there one there to keep that sign or did you sign it?
I'm
He
checking.
didn't. There was another.
There was.
Okay.
Good.
As of the end of November, the balance of primary checking account, $239,240.61.
Think-
Money
let me
market,
ask where you're signing at. I think it's there.
$253,665.55. And Star Ohio, $105,350.39. Total, $598,256.55. Any questions or comments from council about where your money is available? Okay. That's all that I have.
It's just goes back here.
Okay. Do we have any old business? When you said something about it.
Cave Creek should be
Yes,
done
go ahead.
soon.
Looks good so far.
The only thing else is the supplier shortage contractor. The necessary building materials that should be
That's
recognized.
just came with it, it's scary.
Yeah, I attended 2 functions. One was EMA, kind of an organizational meeting. They hadn't had one in quite a while, so they were getting the hierarchy of everything set up. really, the bigger communities, Brunswick's, the Wadsworths, Medina's obviously stand above us for that. For the villages, Carol Carter, the mayor of the bill, was representing villages as the whole. So it was pretty much a long roll, pretty quick. Not a lot for us to deal with, but they are staying on top of that. So that committee would be a good one to challenge about siren issues. Because they pretty much backpedaled from holding them, doing any financial contribution to siren.
Did they get a new director? Because I see from Christine Fazio's little emails here and there that she's no longer in that position. Did you notice that?
That was not mentioned at that meeting, and I'm not aware of that, so I'll dig into that. The second one, NOPEC had their annual meeting back a week or two ago. I attended that by Zoom. Really the same perfunctory things they've done in the past, explaining how they moved electrical to Ohio Edison because that was the cheapest way to buy electricity in their group rates. And that's moving back to NOPEC as the auction markets are stabilizing more like they have in the past. So that's all I have to report.
So any other old business? Okay, we'll go to the audience now for comments on the meeting. So let me go through all of you because a whole bunch of you are here. If you have something, a question you want to ask, like Bill, you always have something. Just raise your hand. Yeah, John.
I think that's acknowledge and thank Keith for years of service to people at Chippewa Lake.
Oh, we're getting to that.
Okay.
Okay, so none of you have any questions? Wow, you're so, Mark, you must have a question. You always have a question. God.
I did
Good
find
job,
the
everybody.
stylus, in the building when I was cleaning. I think it came from the special meeting, so I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know, Lisa Crossing maybe? No. No? Right. Does anybody want a stylus? Really the style debate that I.
Mayor, what are you asking about the meeting we had here?
The business that we conducted, the village
Oh.
business. Usually people have something said. So I guess they decided not to say it tonight. Okay, do we have any new business? Okay, then we need a motion to adjourn.
I just remembered what I was gonna say. I
I
have
knew
saved, I have saved away posters in my car for $10 if anybody's interested.
Thank you. We'll adjourn this portion of the meeting.
I move that we adjourn. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
For record.
That's a right.
You want me to kick this?
Well, no, wait a minute. Okay, so I know that a lot of you are here in honor of Keith Riddle's last meeting. And this is a happy for Keith, sad event for the rest of us.